competitive pricing, and prospecting help. We, in the past, maybe haven't been working as closely with Stevens agents at Stevens International, but it is a primary focus for us to help you build your business and in turn partner with you on international business for household goods or freight and general commodities as you need going forward. Next one. So we're taking a page, or we're taking some words from the CNBC show. Some of you may have seen The Profit, and The Profit goes into businesses that are in trouble or need a cash infusion, and what guides that is 3 words: people, process, and product. And it's kind of like a 3-legged stool to really have a successful business. And we are taking a look at our people and trying to get the people we have in the right positions, working on the right projects, and then we're looking at our process and how we can improve that and continue to improve it, because process is not static. And again, we're looking at product. So of course, international household goods is our primary business focus, but we are also focused now on general commodities and freight internationally. We've got a very successful program for the last 3 years on what I would call crate and freight, or small shipment solutions that we can handle domestically and crate up those smaller shipments, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 pounds, and send it across the country and meet your needs for handling smaller shipments in the busy summer months. Next one. Okay. Continuing education. Some of the ideas that we've come up with, and we're wide open to talking on other topics or sending out information on other topics, so just let us know, is talking about international surveys, packing and crating, density, talking a little bit about government and military shipment requirements, different country information, specifically that you need to know when exporting goods out of the U.S., international freight and general commodities, and then our domestic small shipment solutions. And we'll do that in the form of, emails and webinars like this. So we're wide open. You're the driving force for us at Stevens in 2015, and we want to deliver what it is important to you. It's about you, the Stevens agents, who are our customers. Next one. So one thing I heard from the survey that we did shortly after I joined Stevens in August was we heard from a lot of Stevens agents, I would say, I don't know, it was probably up close to 30, that we needed to make some improvements on our pricing, and we needed to make some improvements in our response time. So it's great to get that feedback, because you really cannot improve unless you know what it is your customers, how your customers see you. And for us, with regards to pricing, we wrote up a job description for a pricing manager. We've had that approved. We have gone through the interview process, and we're pretty close to bringing somebody on board who's got years and years of international, domestic pricing, RFP proposals. She has worked for a very large company, and I think she's going to be a great asset to our team. She'll help us build a groupage consolidation program and kind of refine our pricing on the small shipment solutions program. The other thing that we did is we purchased a pricing tool called PricePoint, and we have sent out a couple of invitations by email to all the Stevens agents, and we've had a very good response, but we would like to have an even better response. And that is an invitation to submit your OA and DA rates to us for handling international shipments, both loose-loaded and loaded into containers. So if anybody hasn't entered their rates or they can't find that invitation, just let me know and we will go ahead and send another invitation out and make sure that you have that so you can submit your rates. It's our goal to first try to work with the Stevens agents in the markets that the Stevens agents are in, and by going out and having you put your rates into our pricing tool, we'll then have those rates when we get quotes from the internet, quotes from agents, quote requests from agents overseas, quote requests on corporate accounts where we have to competitively bid, or corporate accounts where we have a book shipment. So we're highlighting the Stevens agents' rates that submit to the pricing tool. We're not going out to the world at large and asking every agent in your market to submit their domestic rates. We have only reached out to Stevens agents and about maybe 10 domestic agents across the country to service our shipments from an OA and DA perspective. So it's a great opportunity for both of us to work together. The other thing we did is we recently restructured our team so that we have a sales quote team, and their focus will be on providing competitive quotes in a very timely manner, and the people on that team are Mark Lindbergh, Casey Cox, Lori Ramsey, John Gottschall, and Claudia Forsythe. And by having a team that's focused on quoting and providing great pricing and getting back to you and not coordinating shipments at the same time, we feel we're going to have the proper emphasis on really serving you to get those quotes put together, and also to help you if you have questions on how to do something on a shipment or questions on writing up an inventory. Our sales quote team, they're all very experienced in the international industry, and they're there to help you in any way they can. And you can see, you know, timely was at the bottom of that other slide. So international prospecting assistance. This is probably the area that is probably most exciting to me, because I really love the sales aspect of our business. And in going out to visit a few Stevens agents, I quickly learned that all the Stevens agents are exceptional business people that have strategies for developing business that work for them. They're always looking for new ways to do things and new ways to grow their business. And it's not a cookie-cutter mold, which is very refreshing coming from a different van line system. So for me, the idea is to provide ideas about what might work for your individual businesses. It's not a one-size-fits-all, here's a list, now go prospect off of that. So we've got the affinity relationships, and that is, right now, that's the real estate program. Working with the real estate agents, and if you're participating in that program, to let them know that you do handle international business. And there's other affinity programs that I think will be rolling out in the future that will help drive more business to you for local and international and intra and interstate. The SHRM chapters, the WERC, Worldwide Employee Relocation Council, and then the Federal International Trade Associations, those are all items that I put in the December newsletter with some further explanations and links for you. And the SHRM chapters, I would highly recommend, if you're interested in growing your business, take a look at shrm.org and then search by state and go to your local area. The SHRM chapters are made up, that's the Society of Human Resource Managers. And the Society of Human Resource Managers is a great place to be able to get to know HR professionals in your local community and develop opportunities for office moving, for domestic and international household goods movement, for freight business. The HR people are very warm and inviting, and you do have to attend. Membership is very inexpensive, between maybe $60 and $150 a year, and a lot of them have monthly or more meetings. And you go and you become a part of the group, and it's really a great way to network and get business. The Worldwide ERC is made up, that's not in as many markets across the country, but that is made up of more relocation specific professionals. So it may be a larger company that has a lot of relocations and they have one or more people in HR or finance that are dedicated to relocation, or it could be a smaller or medium-sized company that moves a lot of people. I mean, there's an account I've had in the past that had 300 employees and 200 of them moved every other year. So they actually had 2 relocation employees working with those employees and a third party. So Worldwide ERC, it's another great source for all of you. And then the fun one in the group, or the really super fun one, is the Federation of International Trade Associations, FITA.org. You're going to look up a list on there for local associations, and these could be the British Area Chamber of Commerce, the French American Business Networking Group, and they have events that would be great for you to take your real estate partners, your other affinity partners, any HR professionals, any accounts or prospects that you're currently working with. They have events such as, you know, fish and chips evening. The French one always has a champagne tasting every year, and they're all around the country, and it's a great opportunity for networking and building business, especially on the international front. So in going around to the Stevens agents, I realized that, you know, some of you may have a lot of things that are really working well, and you might be interested in adding some international business to your mix, but right now you don't have a lot of resources to put on that. So one way is to use your website to obtain international opportunities. What we're trying to do at Stevens International is work with Brenda and our web development company to put some additional information, new pages on the website, and it has been an amazing accomplishment in such a short period of time to really add a lot of information out there. Information that I would suggest you take a look at on the Stevens website and, you know, consider adding to your own website is the country customs information. We have a link on there that goes to the IAM website, and then you can get all the individual guides off of there for the various countries that your customer may be moving to. It's also a great way to appear higher up in the search engine when somebody is Googling, you know, international moving companies in your local area. We've got international news, and Brenda's got that link to IAM and a couple of other resources. And then we've got a page on international lump sum moves. Some companies may have a very defined and sophisticated outsourced third-party relocation program on their domestic, and may move a lot of people domestically, but they only may move 5 people or 10 people internationally a year, and so what they do is they just throw a lot of money at it. And those would be great opportunities in your local market to become the service provider for those companies on the international lump sum moves. Then, let's see, international freight and general commodities. We have a division in Stevens International that does international freight and general commodity shipments, and we really want to grow that piece of business. We've invested in a new piece of web technology to do shipment quoting, processing, tracking. It's an outsourced piece of technology, and it was developed in Israel. It's a rather new company, and they have been really great to work with, so we are preparing ourselves to be able to handle more volume more efficiently with that new piece of technology. I mentioned the agents visits. I've been to about 9 agents so far, and it was amazing, great experience. DC, Denver, and then LA and Orange County. We plan on having some of our sales quote team get out and see more of you. We're looking at the New Jersey, New York, Minnesota, Washington. I'm actually going to be in Tennessee next week. So if you have an interest in having one of us come out and visit with you and talk about international and how we could work closely or how we could help you build up your book of business, just let me know. We're here to be of help.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Just a couple things to recap. I definitely will send out the invitation for our agents to submit their rates, and then also the links to that you had put in the newsletter, just so that everybody on here has the opportunity to submit those to you.
Great.
We don't have any questions this time, but again, I just want to thank you for taking the time and everybody taking the time to attend this. I'm going to plug in some upcoming events that we have. Our next webinar is February 18th on driver recruiting and incentive opportunities. So that will be with Jim Welsh. February 7th through the 11th, we have our Keller Williams family reunion in Orlando, which, Lisa, you will be there, correct?
Correct.
And you will also be at the RE/MAX R4 show March 2nd through the 5th in Las Vegas. So if anybody has any interest in attending those two conferences, one, it's a great opportunity, but also Lisa will be there if you have any further questions. March 10th through the 11th, we have our Eastern Sales Conference in Orlando, and then March 16th through the that should be through the 18th, is our sales conference on the West Coast in Vegas. So actually on the 16th, we are doing a hauling workshop, or it's actually a continuation of the town hall meeting that we had for Ask Convention. So Jim Welsh will be out there full of knowledge, or something, full of something, we're not sure yet. And then we have our Berkshire Trade Show, which is March 22nd through the 24th in Vegas as well. So that's our two new partners, Exit Realty, where Lisa is now, and then Berkshire. We're really excited to be a part of those and see what new opportunities we have with them. So other than that, I just, again, want to thank everybody for attending, and we look forward to next month's webinar. And Lisa, thanks again.
Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.